Meanwhile, Humphreys is powering through the southern Atlantic with pace, until on day 28, he hits a submerged object, and he hits it at speed. Conrad is flung across the cabin, survives the impact, but one of the boat's two rudders is snapped.
I don't really know what to say. Gonna head to Cape Town. We've got an emergency rudder. I might be able to fit it. If I can't, we'll just have to see what happens.
Has his dream to race around the world alone in the Vendee globe been blown apart? He heads for Cape Town, his race hanging in the balance. The South African coast ahead, he looks for a safe and sheltered mooring, somewhere to inspect the damage. He finds a beautiful sheltered bay off Simonstown, but make a mistake picking up a mooring and he'd be forced to turn on his engine, and that would mean disqualification from the race. First task completed. But the big job lay ahead. He's about to attempt a first, to replace a rudder alone at sea. Normally a crane and a four-person shore team would do this, but for Conrad, a snorkel, ingenuity, determination and self-belief would have to do. All the time though, his rivals are steaming away. With limited oxygen, he plans his mission carefully. Just what will he discover under the hull? The water is warm. Good for Conrad, good for tourists too, many of whom come here to see sharks. But no unwelcome visitors, no more surprises for Conrad. The damage was not worse than he thought, but he's not even started the job. The jagged edge of the broken rudder. The whole rudder must be removed. It's a difficult shape, heavy, around 80 kilos, similar to that of Conrad, and it floats. Time for some ingenuity. Conrad prepares his solution. He attaches the rudder to the anchor chain and gives gravity a helping hand. That's the theory. Fail here though, and it's game and race over. Back on board again, exhausted but fueled by adrenaline, he tries to force the old rudder off. And succeeds. Huge relief, but still, it's only the beginning. He winches the old rudder back on board. Now, totally exhausted, he's been at his mooring for 36 hours. Conrad does not have the clock on his side. He has just 8 minutes of emergency air. He uses up vital minutes preparing the way for the new rudder. He creates a pulley system. Once in place, getting the rudder into position will be a grind. He gently slides the new rudder into the water. Has he created an extraordinary solution to a seemingly impossible problem, or not? From above, he tries to pull the rudder into position. His pained expression goes. An incredible solo accomplishment. Back into the water. Release the lines. One final check. And then, for Conrad, quite a feeling.
I can't believe it.
Conrad Humphreys back in the Vendee Globe. Connecting the rudder up is another job normally carried out in the boatyard. As Conrad lines it up, he knows that rudder failure in the next section of the race could cost him far more than retirement.
Fingers crossed we have a working rudder that is going to bloody well get me around the world. It's going to get me around the world.
The diversion to South Africa and the repairs have cost Conrad 6 days.
We're just getting ready to crack, I think, about 12 hours worth of work today, and we could be on our way.
Finally at 0700 on day 34, he's preparing to leave.
Not sure if we had any views of Sundown actually.
The warmth and security of this beautiful place will soon be replaced by ice, freezing temperatures in the Southern Ocean. As he waves goodbye to the bay, where he saved his race, but never set foot ashore. A new chapter is about to begin, but right now, these are champagne moments.
Being stuck in that bay so close to shore, where I could see people, I could almost smell a cold pint of lager, was actually very hard, and there was a compelling reason to actually stop and just give up at that point. And when I finished the jobs list, I suddenly had this moment where in my mind I questioned whether I wanted to continue. It would have been easy just to have handed in the towel and given up. And that was quite a tough moment. Champagne breakfast, Cape of Good Hope. We're on our way, and feels very good.